Marcus was only the first of 4, so you guys can't start talking again. It's funny actually that Marcus brought up the fact that we played Risk until the early mornings of the evening, and it's a wonder we ended up with girlfriends or wives, and I'm standing there in the back of the room watching all you guys with girlfriends and wives. Well, first I'd like to start off by telling Matt what an honor it was when he asked me to be his best man. I've known Matt since 4th grade, so it was a pretty cool thing to be asked. I also want to thank Marcus. 2 years ago, Marcus got married and actually asked Matt and I to be his co-best men, so really, I think Matt was essentially obligated to make us his co-best men. But so here we are, and I do want to say that if I do manage to get a girlfriend, get engaged, and finally get married, that I will ask my brothers to be my best man. When trying to figure out what to talk about with Matt, I also looked at things that we did that got us in trouble, and every time I wrote one down, I realized it reflected as poorly on me as it did on him, so it's a terrible way to write a best man speech. So what I came to was finding moments in my life, definitive moments that Matt was a part of. And so before I say them, I'm not saying these moments define me. I'm saying I like to be able to say, you know, my favorite food is tacos. I know where my favorite place to go camping is. I can be definite about certain things. So these are definite moments in my life. And what I can say is, with 100% certainty, the best place to spend the night in 8th grade was Matt Hunt's house. And the reason for that is because, you know, we'd go over, Brian and Eileen, a group of guys. Brian and Eileen, you know, would generally order us pizza. He had an N64, we'd go down and we'd play GoldenEye. But one night, Matt made a pretty epic discovery, which really separated sleepovers at his house from sleepovers at other people's houses. Matt found out that from 12:30 to 1 a.m. on Friday nights, Hugh Hefner's network actually broadcasts on channel 74. Seriously. They do not do that anymore, but that is a true story. So, Brian, Eileen, I don't know, wherever you guys are, if you were wondering why your guys' house was such a popular destination, that's it. I can also tell you definitively what the most strategically difficult birthday to plan was, and that was Matt's 18th birthday. Now, obviously 18th birthdays are cool because you can buy things you couldn't buy before, you could go places you couldn't go before. The problem is, Matt turned 18 before any of us turned 18. Matt was the oldest in the group. But, you know, when someone turns 18, you want to go to these places that only he could go, so we had to come up with a plan. So, what we did was... what we did... It's a pretty good idea. So, we got Matt, the one who was legit, and we put a blindfold around him, and we would walk up to one of these places to try and get in, and he had a blindfold on, he'd kind of be like, where am I, where am I? And I would go up, I went up to the bouncer, or the gentleman outside the door, and I went up to him and I said, hey, you know, it's our friend's 18th birthday, he doesn't know where we are, we kind of want to surprise him, can we just, you know, move it on in? Well, first place we tried, did not work. Second place we tried, did not work. Third place we tried, they happily waved us on. And I'm not kidding when I tell you that place is no longer open. And that is the end of that particular story. So that's what you get on that one. And then Finally, I can tell you definitively the worst use of bicycle brakes I've ever seen in my entire life, and subsequently the worst medical diagnosis I have ever given anybody in my life. When we were ending high school, I think it was, we were over at Marcus's house on Mercer Island, and we said we're going to go for a bike ride, so we took a couple of Yosh's bikes, and they're road bikes, so if you've ridden a road bike, the brakes are in a little different location than they are on a normal bike. You know, sometimes they're down around here. Well, we'd been biking, and we're up on the top of the Mercer Island, and Marcus lived down at the bottom, so we went around the island, we played Frisbee at the park, and eventually decided we had to go home. So we go down the hill towards Marcus's house, and it's kind of the three of us, you know, biking down, and Marcus and I are going down the hill, and obviously as we get closer and closer, our descent is slowing. And then we start to hear off to our side like, whoa, 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 whoa. And we look over, and there's Matt, out of control, topples over his bike. So Marcus and I rush to him and try to figure out what's going on, you know what happened, and I think he just lost control of the brakes or whatever. But he looks at us and he goes, guys, I think I'm pretty hurt. And Marcus and I said, dude, come on, man, you're fine. You're gonna be okay. Just take some ibuprofen. Don't worry about it. And sleep it off. So I think about 6 hours later, Matt was in the hospital. His parents had to come pick him up and take him there.
Yeah.
I went home. Yeah, he went home, and he ended up in the hospital. So, our bad. That's where that ends. So, Christy, I have one for you. Christy, no, this is a good one. I think, Christy, you are definitively the best person to come and talk to when you are spending time with a crazy girl. And you need to make sure that she is the crazy one, that you're not being unreasonable. Because she can tell you, no, that's pretty crazy. Or she can say, she's just being a girl, you gotta go easy. So, Christy, you get very good advice in those situations. And then, joking aside, Christy, I think you're going to be a great compliment to Matt. You got the looks, you got the attitude, you're very laid back, you're easygoing, and you'll laugh at Matt's jokes, and you find it perfectly acceptable that he's a 50-year-old in a 29-year-old's body. Marcus said it too, and we didn't rehearse, so this is obviously true about Matt, if you don't know. But, Matt and Christy really are one of the couples where if you see them, whether they're at home or out, it's like they're supposed to be together. You look at them, it's like they're natural with each other. And that's something that everybody, I guess, looks for, and you guys found it, so congratulations, and I couldn't be happier. I love you both, and a lifetime of solid marriage and happiness.